Welcome to Off the Crossbar, the show where we talk about the only sport that matters. I'm Abraham.
My name's Carlos.
And I'm Manny. All right, let's kick off with a rundown of what happened in the Premier League this past weekend.
All right, so kicking this week's Premier League rundown, we got West Ham 2, Tottenham 3.
Chicharito scored again.
Chicharito did score.
Kane scored 2.
Kane scored 2.
I mean, it's what I expected. West Ham have been doing pretty bad this season anyways, and I didn't expect them to win against Tottenham.
But to have a 2-3 scoreline though?
I didn't expect it to be that tight.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I expected
I
a 3-0 blowout.
I expected dominance from Tottenham. Because Tottenham can't win at Wembley, but they can still win their away games.
That's
It's kind of funny. There was a joke that said that they should trade stadiums for the season.
Yeah, because West Ham haven't been since last season. I mean,
yeah,
the inauguration season they weren't doing so
that's
great.
their new stadium too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up. Wait, Harry Kane though. Speaking about him, he's back to scoring again.
Yeah.
He's catching up to the top strikers. You think this will be?
Well, who had him as his top? You had him as your top scorer.
Yep. You think it'll be continuous now from now on out? Now that the August curse is over?
Yep.
I think he's still in contention. I just don't think it's going to be like. I mean, he's going to score.
From what he's done previous seasons, I'm worried that he's just going to surpass everybody.
Because I'm telling you, he's going to wake up on those really small games and just like slaughter them, just like he did with him.
That's what he always does.
Yeah.
All right, next game.
All right, next game we got is Swansea 1, Watford 2.
Watford. I expected Watford to win that game. Swansea are happy.
Really, after coming off of that, what was it, 5-0 defeat against Man City?
Yeah, but it was against Man City though.
I mean, still, you wouldn't.
Man City's
Man City's
dominating everybody.
Yeah,
against lower half tables, especially like lower half table teams, especially like Swansea, I would expect Watford to win. Plus Swansea, I'm pretty sure they can relegate it along.
Their new signing, Watford's new signing, Andre Gray and Richarlison scored, which is
Richarlison, the young Brazilian, right?
Good for them.
He's doing good.
Yep. And then Tammy Abraham scored for Swansea City.
Andre Gray was a good signing as well.
Pretty young signings. Swansea still not looking any better than they did.
Like we said, they might get relegated.
I think they'll get relegated.
Up next, we got a good game. Stoke 0, Chelsea 4. Chelsea showing their dominance, especially up top with Alvaro Morata, which you criticized about maybe possibly not being able to replace Diego Costa.
I did not expect Alvaro Morata to bag a hat trick.
This early.
Early
into his Chelsea career.
This early.
And they critiqued him for only using his head. Look at him, using his feet.
That's true. Using his feet. The
Yeah,
first goal
it was bound to come,
Yeah.
but.
And the first goal within right after a minute passed.
As long as they keep feeding him, he has that natural.
And the thing is,
natural ability to score.
Yeah, one of the things I can see like that benefits him from coming into a Chelsea team is you got Azpilicueta, who's Spanish, Pedro, who's Spanish, Marco Alonso, who's Spanish, Fabregas was Spanish, so that Spanish connection.
Chelsea's always had that Spanish connection in their
Well,
team.
I mean, they've been dominated by Brazilians. I mean, if you think of William Ramirez when they had David Luiz and all those, other Brazilian players in their team, Oscar, it's just switching over to Spain, which is benefiting, such as Diego Costa, who was also a Spanish striker. And hopefully this Spanish striker will do good for us, not like
Real Madrid missing
Torres.
Real Madrid missing Alvaro Morata.
Torres was awesome.
Oh God, let me start.
Don't critique El Nino.
The £50 million signing.
And they did nothing.
All right.
Hey.
Next up.
Up next, we got Southampton 0, Manchester United 1.
Tough game, not a lot to see. Lukaku got his goal early, and then after that, it was just a tight, real physical game. Southampton had chances, but they didn't convert any, and at the end, they got really close to tying that game. But if you looked at Manchester United in the past 2 seasons, they would have drew that game or lost that game, and you can see that they're improving now.
Yeah.
A struggling Southampton. I mean, I wouldn't say they're. I don't think they were a team that. I mean, looking past Manchester United's priors, like big defeats or big wins against teams like Southampton.
They had chances to kill the game, but then Southampton had chances to score. I mean, even with weak teams, it's the Premier League.
Do you take
go away to another team?
Do you take a win? Do you take this win any less than the past wins that Manchester United have?
No.
Is this a sign of them slowing down, or is it just a?
It's just
a tough game.
Everyone just has those games.
A tough game. Plus, it was away.
Yeah.
Every team wants to win their home games.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, we got Manchester City 5, Crystal Palace 0.
expected.
Crystal Palace hasn't scored any goal this season. Man City just came from slaughter.
And they can't stop scoring. You got complete opposites right there.
I expected it. I was kind of hoping that Crystal Palace would pull off a miracle, but after that first goal, did you see that first goal from Sané?
Yeah.
Beautiful pass from David Silva. That first touch skips right over the defender, and before it even touches the ground, another shot right past the goalie.
And again,
that was a great goal.
I don't mean to brag or anything, but again, I did call David Silva, being that game changer that he's he's definitely showing.
He's always been their magician.
Last season, like we said last season, De Bruyne was like overpowering, but this season, I mean, he came out that game with 2 assists. Another guy who's really impressing this season is Raheem Sterling. He's bagged a couple goals
he's
and stuff.
doing really well.
He is.
For the competition they have, you got Bernardo Silva, Leroy Sané.
Because Bernardo Silva's on the bench now.
Yeah, so
well, I mean, he just came to England, so I'm not that surprised. But
yeah, but for his caliber of player, you'd be expecting. There's what I'm saying is there's a lot of competition to get into that team, and for Raheem Sterling to do such.
Good for Sterling.
Yeah, so I mean,
see if he keeps it up.
Any more thoughts on Manchester City? I mean, are we still
their next opponents?
Let's
you didn't have them as their champions. I didn't have them as champions, and you didn't have them as champions.
I think that they're going to be contenders.
We all had them in our top 3 though.
2 or 3, yeah.
That next game against Chelsea is going to be a big test for both teams.
Yep,
to see who's really going to be the powerhouse.
Let's see how that's going to play out. It's going to be a good game.
Okay, up next we got Everton 2, Bournemouth 1.
Finally, Everton won. They needed that.
Yeah.
Against the struggling Bournemouth, which I thought Bournemouth would be able to pull it off, but good for Everton.
2 goals from Oumar Niasse.
Oumar Niasse, who last season was stripped of his number, stripped of his locker. He got sent out on loan on another team. Now he comes back and he's saving Koeman's job.
It just sounds depressing.
Is he who they need? Will he save their season?
No.
I mean, it's kind of early to save a season, but
you can count on him though. I think they didn't. I don't think they replaced Lukaku properly.
You can. He's
They needed a striker. They wanted Costa very bad, but that wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah,
they were willing to pay like £60 million for him. They said.
Well, the only way they were trying to get him, or I mean, they might try to bottom, but to get him on loan.
They needed a striker.
Yeah,
they needed a striker, and they didn't do it. So we'll see. They're gonna be struggling this season.
All right. Up next, we got Burnley 0, Huddersfield Town 0. A pretty uninteresting, boring game. Really.
Yeah, I saw one half of that game. Not too much to talk about there. Huddersfield, they didn't lose.
Yes,
as long as they get those points.
As long as they get their points.
For a team like them, any point really helps.
They're looking good so far this season.
Liverpool 3, Leicester 2.
Oh, that was so close to ending in a draw.
Yeah, with the Jamie Vardy penalty. Right.
And it was more criticism. Mignolet, their goalie, gets criticism already. He got more criticism in that game. He caused the penalty. He had other errors during the game. He doesn't time when he comes out properly.
The keeper spot for Liverpool has always been an issue.
Yeah, it has.
If you think of the past seasons, they've been between Karius, they brought in that guy Karius.
Well, Karius just got there.
This season? No, last season. I think.
Last season.
And they've been alternating between him and they even signed that one guy Bogdan. Do you remember him? Some redhead guy.
Yeah.
Like
Ever since they got rid of Peperina.
Yeah.
They've been missing him.
Yeah, they've been missing a goalie. Salah getting another goal.
Leicester looked good in that game,
proving to be crucial
and influential. But then again, you got Philippe Coutinho.
The
scoring as
beautiful
well.
free kick.
And then
I'm telling you, Salah's gonna be their man this season.
Again, a team like Leicester though.
Mane is up.
Where do y'all see Leicester?
His 3-match ban is up for Mane, so he'll be back for the next game.
He said, "Where do we see Leicester?"
Leicester.
Where do you see him? How do you see him finishing the season?
I mean, based on what they've shown, I mean, they're looking like a bottom half team.
I see potential in them to finish top 10. They got it. I think Shakespeare's doing a good job with them.
Really?
Yeah.
They
came close to tying Liverpool, man.
You see Vardy getting into the top scorers?
Vardy's been consistent. Up top. I mean, they have Okazaki, who also scored that game.
Yeah.
Jamie Vardy. They got Slimani, Musa. And then they bought Iheanacho.
I wouldn't say Jimmy Vardy's going to be top scorer.
No, he's not going to be top scorer.
But like in the...
I think he'll be consistent for them this season.
They got, I mean, I just named off 5 strikers they have, so, I mean, they should be spawned. But they do play a formation with 2 strikers.
They have the talent.
You do need backup. And again, I wish Iheanacho would play more. I mean, what he showed for...
He just came back from an injury.
Oh, he did?
He got subbed in at the end of the game.
Yeah, what he showed for Manchester City, I mean, shows promise.
Yeah, he does.
And our next game, we got a pretty funny one because we got a special viewer out there who's a Newcastle United fan. Brighton 1, Newcastle 0.
Ooh.
You know who you are. I mean, did anybody really watch that game?
Yeah, I watched the first half of the game. Newcastle were dominating at first, and just when it looked like they were so close to getting that goal, after the first half, of course, they looked like the better side. The goal 1-0 came, and then Newcastle couldn't bounce back from it.
Yeah, I mean, a Brighton.
They had their chances in the first half, especially. Newcastle had their chances, and they just couldn't get the ball back.
2 newly promoted teams, one more experienced than the other. Brighton looks to have a decent season, actually. They've been doing all right, just as Newcastle, but it is what it is.
It'll be interesting to see how they do.
Yeah, I have both of those teams because they're both doing decent. All right, next, a big one also, kind of, Arsenal 2, West Brom 0 at the Emirates.
Lacazette scored a brace.
Yep, just an Arsenal win.
Sanchez is back in the starting lineup. So I think with Sanchez finally back in the starting lineup, and with Lacazette there, Newcastle look like they're gonna bounce back to me.
Newcastle or Arsenal?
Oh, I'm bad. Arsenal. Newcastle.
Yeah.
And then West Brom, they started off really good, and then I think they've lost like 2 games in a row now. I don't know though. It's too early to tell still though. With the new signing that they got, the center defensive mid from PSG, West Brom.
So I'm reading here,
I think
69% possession went to Arsenal with 16 shots and 6 on target, while West Brom had 7 shots and only 3 on target. So right there, that kind of tells you that Arsenal was definitely creating chances up top with Lacazette and Alexis Sanchez playing on the field and stuff.
Back on there.
So I mean, and that's what they need. I mean, what they need is just to score goals, and I think Lacazette is definitely providing them with that ability to even have a chance to score goals.
It's gonna be a nice race for that golden boot.
He's also going to open up chances for Sanchez because now they got to watch Lacazette.
Yeah.
So that's more of a threat for them.
It's gonna be very competitive for that golden boot this season.
Oh,
so you guys are thinking?
Lacazette,
you think Lacazette is even a contender?
Oh, I think
so. Yeah.
I think he's a contender.
Really?
Yeah, there's a couple contenders this season.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Morata, Lacazette, Lukaku, Kane, Aguero.
Oh yeah.
So that's 5 off the back, you know. And then another one could surprise in there.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's gonna wrap up our rundown for this week's Premier League.
All right, so that's gonna wrap up today's video. We also want to announce that we're enrolling 2 new things. Starting this week, we're also gonna be doing Champions League coverage. And starting in the month of October, we're gonna be starting a new striker competition between us 3. More details on that next week.
It's gonna be good though. You guys look out for that.
Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and tune in to our next video.